So, it's been a little bit since I covered Mr. Nagy, or Nagai, or whatever the hell he's called, after someone that definitely wasn't me in a lazy disguise actually paid to look at his premium content, like a moron. And since that content has been paid for, I need to make that crap worth it. So here we are. What have you got for us today, Barney Shortbus?
Today I'm going to talk about science and explain to you why science, I believe, is nothing else but religion.
Oh Christ, not this one. Now, I've checked ahead, and this isn't those philosophies or some religion that treats science as gospel, because those guys are strange. But the science/scientific method, ama-religions, is one of those ideas that can only come out of the mouth brains of someone who doesn't really understand anything about either science or religion and what its purpose is. Although there are many, many ways to misunderstand them, so let's see which ways Sheddy Coach gets it wrong this time.
So let's investigate.
Hey, that's not the fake history hat, or whatever it is he usually wears. That's glasses. Oh, I know what he's doing. He's one of those people that thinks if you wear glasses, it makes you smarter. Well, it doesn't work unless you actually need them, silly boots. And yes, I do think wearing glasses that you need makes you smarter. Because if you have glasses that you need and you don't wear them while walking around the house rattling about how you can't see anything, you're an idiot. Isn't that right, Mrs. Sick? Put your damn glasses on in the morning, woman.
The reason why I put on glasses in order to make myself look more smart.
Oh, come on, man, I was joking. Oh, damn it. Why you gotta be such a meme of yourself? Wearing glasses no longer makes people look smart, by the way. It makes them look normal because glasses are normalised. Except in the case of thick rims like yours, it makes them look like filthy, filthy hipsters. And as we all know, the last thing hipsters look is smart, they look smug. And if you're a self-admitted hipster, stop it. I was looking like a beardy dipshit before it was cool anyway.
Intelligent, scientific.
I mean, you couldn't look any less those things, so I guess it's worth a try. Unless you get into negative numbers, maybe then it would overflow and you would end up looking like a super god tier ultra brainer. That's how reality works, right?
Alright, so obviously this is going to make me so much more authentic because scientists wear white coats, which I don't have.
Ooh, I do. That's how you know I'm a legitimate science guy. I mean, all those creationists and woo peddlers and all sorts of other various dipshits, they wear them unironically to look more sciencey, so it must work. But did you know that most of those dumb real sciencers with the actual qualifications don't wear them all the time? Like, what's the point? That's like being a beekeeper and not wearing the get-up to the shops. How will anyone know you're a beekeeper, you dumbass? Well, the same applies. Don't know how they even became qualified without knowing that. The damned fools.
Glasses and shirt. And I didn't want to put on shirt because...
Cause you don't own one? Cause you're a bit of a pleb? It's fine. Just because I own many shirts and they make me look damn good, and all the ladies and the lads love it when I do my sharp-dressed man routine, doesn't mean you should own a shirt instead of spending your life looking like you fell out of a particularly scruffy bush. In fact, Sir Sick merch is just the thing you need to make you all look like you didn't just fall out of a particularly scruffy bush. Plug.
I just didn't. Anyway, let's get into this shit.
Yes, let's. If we both spend all this time, this video is going to be almost as pointless as your video. Almost, but not quite. I'm just not that talented. And I do love your use of Wikipedia because you get relatively accurate information and still find infinite new ways to completely screw it up. Again, I would, but you are just so much better at it.
Alright, so first of all, let's get to good old Wikipedia. Under science, this is what we are going to read. Science from the Latin word...
Oh wait, stop. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm pretty sure I know this one, and I want to prove that I am also a big smarter, as well as incredibly handsome face. Science comes from the Latin, what the f*** is that? Where in ancient times, they would see something that they hadn't seen and scream, what the f*** is that? Bleeps included. And then the answering of that question gained us the other scientific term, oh, that's what the f*** that is. Take away a few letters and add a bunch more, and then you've got science. Rather simple and obvious, really.
Scientia, meaning knowledge, is a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe, okay?
Ah, well, I see your point now. That sounds absolutely identical to every religion ever, because it's all about... Wait, I don't think there's a single religion with a definition like that. Ah, damn, it seems that your hypothesis is flawed from the inception. Well, shoot. On to the next dumb idea, I guess.
Lots of things wrong about this. First of all, Latin.
Oh, never mind. I always forget. It's like these people can't even hear me. And I'm sorry, but this is not what I expected at all, if I'm completely honest. The definition of science is wrong. This extremely accurate definition of science is just wrong. Damn. Oh, and what's your problem with the Latin?
Is a language that is not really used.
Oh, you ignorant little cracker. That's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say thus far. And you claimed a shark was an actor, and subsequently acted like it was a total meme, brah. Same way that Banana Man Ray Comfort will do his Banana the Atheist Nightmare routine for crowds of jeering atheists, and probably money. You said it, you meant it, live with it. Just because Latin is a dead language doesn't mean that its offspring, aka the many languages of Europe that it influenced, don't exist, you absolute cretin. That's like saying my kids don't exist because my great-grandparents are dead. It doesn't even make no sense.
Okay, so it's a theoretical language, and that's where science comes from, alright? So that's already wrong.
A theoretical language? What the hell is that supposed to mean? I mean, the easy assumption is that you don't know what the word theoretical means. How can a language that used to exist, and we have many examples of it and its uses and a pretty much complete understanding of it as a language, that is about as far from a theoretical anything as you can get. It existed. Hell, it still exists. People just don't use it as a language. But just because people don't use it to communicate doesn't make it fake. So when you say, so far that's wrong, yes, but only in so much as you being wrong. And about as wrong as I think I have ever heard anyone be on this channel. Jesus.
And if it means knowledge, then it should really be about knowledge. But it isn't, and I'm going to show you why.
I mean, it literally is about knowledge. It, as a process, has increased mankind's knowledge to an unbelievable degree in the few short centuries since its widespread understanding and adoption. But sure, why not? Prove to us all how science doesn't produce any new knowledge. And if your reply is anything other than dumber than a sack of somehow brain-damaged turnips, then I will do something drastic. Like, I don't know, lose some goddamn weight. Now see, that's brilliant, because now I have an excuse to stop exercising.
Alright, so organize knowledge into form of testable explanations. Now, this is where I have a problem with, because this is what I was told in school as well.
I thought you had a problem with all of it. And yeah, of course that's what you were taught, because that's just, like, correct. I really do hope that your evidence against it isn't just going to be, nah. Because as funny as that is, you are actually trying to make a serious point, and the only thing serious about a point like that would be that it's seriously stupid.
Science is great because it's all testable and so on.
Yeah? Show me a science that isn't, and I'll show you something that probably isn't science, or at least isn't yet. Especially when it comes to the hard sciences, which are all extremely testable and can all be used to do stuff like make predictions and figure out how whatever works, etc. I just don't know of a single portion of any religion that uses its own explanations of the universe that are even remotely testable in any way, shape or form. So I just don't know how you're going to bring this back to science and religion. I mean, I'll be bloody flabbergasted if you can, but in all likelihood you're going to say, me don't like it, therefore wrong. Sorry, your opinion is about as relevant as your channel. That is to say, almost as irrelevant as mine, but thankfully, science works. Isn't an opinion.
Now, the problem with this is the following. The moment you try to disagree with the status quo scientific facts, so-called facts, at that moment you're going to be labeled as unscientific,
It's not about the fact that you disagree. Science is about disagreement. If you understood it, you would know that they try to prove each other wrong all the time and keep doing that until they can't prove each other wrong anymore, and then come to the conclusion that we have gotten to a somewhat correct idea. The problem when someone like you comes along is you say, I think evolution is wrong, or I think homeopathy is a valid medical practice. And not only are you coming in at the end of the proving each other wrong phase, you also don't bring a lick of your own evidence. They aren't calling you unscientific as gatekeeping. They are calling you unscientific because you aren't engaging with the science and don't seem to understand that established facts don't get instantly overturned just because you say so. That's not how anything works.
A noob, whatever.
Well, that's very telling, isn't it? You're such a noob, you can't even think of anything that people might call you for your complete lack of scientific understanding. I could call you a doofus, a dimwit, a dunce, a dunderhead, a delusional derpwad. The list goes on, and that's just some of the Ds. The D.
With poor logic, whatever. You know? Even though you can test what you're saying, it doesn't fucking matter.
I'm sorry, test what you're saying? What does that mean? And things being testable still doesn't mean it's right. Untestable things generally aren't science, but the simple fact that you can test for something doesn't suddenly make that useful. It's like you've half understood the idea of testing and being falsifiable, and then just got really upset when your test of whether or not water can levitate if you sing at it is ignored because, well, water doesn't levitate when you sing at it. At least I think it doesn't.
As long as what they say is in the school box. Okay? And as long as it's on the TV.
No. You just don't understand. You don't get it. The reason the stuff they do is in school books and on the telly is because they have proven what they say is correct. Not just a test, but test after test after test after test after test after test ad practically infinitum. You, on the other hand, sit there with your stupid hat, or glasses this time, and just point and say, me no understand, must be wrong, without even attempting a single test. And here's a point for you. You might actually have some unknown, unconceived of before, and somewhat out there nugget of genuine brilliance. I mean, you definitely don't, but some hypothetical individual could. If they just come out and say, but my idea though, without having done any of the legwork, no one is under any obligation to listen, and certainly under no obligation to do all the incredible amounts of work it takes to actually prove this kind of stuff. You're not ignored because they are evil and hiding the truth to you and nepotism. They ignore you because you're ignorant, and you are ignorant because you're lazy. If you did the work, you would understand why you were so wrong, and you wouldn't expect anyone to believe your crap because you would know it was crap.
So it's not really about testable explanations, it's about bullshit. It's about religion, it's about what they want us to believe.
Like, even if it was, even if every scientist on the planet was just out for themselves as a group and all they did was support each other's ideas regardless of their validity, and that somehow, without anyone noticing, so much of what they say is just completely wrong, can you explain to me how exactly all the stuff continues to work? Why we can use all of that made-up science to build basically everything we have in the world that we live? Surely if it was made up, nothing would work. And yet, here I am, sat in my underpants, typing this script on a machine that fires photons into my eyes while I send electric impulses across the planet and occasionally stop to look for new worldwide data so that I can look at pictures of blurry cats. No, seriously, blurry cats are amazing. How did they manage to fudge these machines into existence when it's all bullshit, as you say? Also, I've asked this many times before, but I'll ask again. What are the technological advances that come from and use the ideas that are touted in flat earth circles? Because, it's almost as if it's what someone else believes that's all bullshit.
Because I can prove you within 5 minutes that the earth is not a globe and it is not running and circling around the sun. It's very easy.
And I can prove to you that the earth is a globe and that it orbits the sun and all that. And you know what? Comparatively speaking, It's actually quite hard. Easy answers are rarely correct answers, especially when it comes to science, and I guess that's why you don't like it. Because again, you're just so goddamn lazy. You don't want to put the effort into knowing how things work, but you think everyone should treat you and your ideas like they have any value beyond their sheer thigh-slapping hilarity. I'm sorry to say, they and you do not.
The only reason why you're not going to get it is because of the scientific programming in your mind through media, religion, and of course, the biggest programming of all, the school.
Knowing how reality works stops you from understanding made-up nonsensical fake reality belief by cretins? Yeah, I'll buy that. Although it's still not actually true. Your ideas are simple and very easy to understand. It's just that they fall apart as soon as anyone does that thing that you say your ideas can have done to them. Which they often can. Testing. But like I said, just because it's testable doesn't make it right. And the globe is testable, so I don't understand how by your logic that it's not also right. But that's me assuming you actually use any form of logic whatsoever. Also, I said testicle instead of testable far more times than I'm willing to admit.
Now, and the last thing that is really bad about this sentence is the universe. Because, as I said, there's no fucking universe. You're living in a world, but universe usually refers to that heliocentric universe which people made up. Alright, so anyway.
And that's it. All you have is an argument from incredulity. You couldn't possibly be too stupid to understand, or more likely, work shy. Because I don't actually think 99% of people who tout this crap are actually too stupid to grasp the basics at least. They just like easy answers and get mad when people try to get them to think. But that is all you have in rebuttal. Nuh-uh. Instead of like, it's not true and here's all these experiments and data I obtained in order to prove my worldview is correct. And yet you wonder why no one takes you seriously. Or maybe it's just because you don't wear a lab coat. You disastrous dipshit. Oh hey, another D. Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the